Shalom. I like to say all praise is due unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash, double honor to Apostle of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. My name's Kanawak, right, from GMS Toronto, and I'm doing this lesson. A lot of things going on, a lot of prophecy. It's all about prophecy. Everything what's going on in the earth is written, right? For from Genesis going to Revelation, right? The Lord said He comes in the volume of the book, right? And everything what's going on is according to Yahweh and Yahweh Shai's will, because this is His movie, and that's why there's so much destruction, so much confusion. When you go on the news, it's just judgment. A lot of things going on in the earth, man. And a lot of things is not being broadcasted on the news outlets. They're shadow banning a lot of things was going on, right? Because who runs these news platform, right? These 48ers, right? These are the people that run this whole entertainment industry, Hollywood, right? So they have people in a damn under a spell, right? So this is Second Esdras 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before. So this is the prophet Esdras, right? And this is the angel Uriel that who was speaking with Esdras. And Esdras had he's a prophet, and basically he was going into prophecy, right? Which the angel Uriel, he made Esdras document this in this book known as Esdras, man. And everything was going on right now is happening in this time. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which He made. So we're approaching the time that Yahweh Shai, right, our big brother, right, and the first spirit, right, when you go, He's the first spirit created, and He's He's under the Heavenly Father, right, which known His name Yahweh. And basically what's going on, He's going to use His Son to judge the world, right? This world is going to be judged, and that's why there's all these so-called UFO sightings, all right, that's being broadcasted, right? Because these UFO sightings were hidden in like private, it was classified. A lot of these sightings were classified, but now it's coming up, right? And basically, like, they can't hide it because now everybody has a smartphone, people have cameras, so the angels are appearing, right? And that's gonna be the elect salvation, right? They're gonna be beamed up into chariots, right? And that's it. It's gonna be the end of their world. It's gonna be the end of these Edomites who run the world, and you heathen, man, right? Because after this world, after where America is gonna be destroyed, known as Babylon, right? Basically, your kingdom known as America, Babylon, is not gonna be inhabited. It's gonna be destroyed through nuclear smoke, nuclear fire, man, right? Missiles, uh thousands or millions of missiles that's going to be bombarded on that land known as Babylon or America, man. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people, right? There's earthquakes right now all over the earth. There's wildfires. There's uproars right now. You have this whole thing in Gaza and Palestine. The Palestinians right now. There's a lot of the Arabs, or you so-called Ishmaelites. They're upset that how their brethren, Ishmael, how they're being treated, right? And basically, they're protesting, right, all throughout the world, all throughout America, Canada, the UK, I believe Italy. Right now people are protesting the whole thing with the United Nations. The meeting that happened a week or two ago, with over there in New York, and a lot of the leaders, all the prime ministers and presidents, were upset at what's going on over there, man, in the Gaza. That they're being treated inhumane, which is prophecy, and because both these people, the 48ers and the Ishmaelites, they're fighting for a land that doesn't belong to them. That land, it belongs to the children of Israel, the Israelites, man. Right? And the Israelites gonna get back that land, but that land's gonna be bombarded through nuclear fire, nuclear missiles, man. Known as the Fertile Crescent, throughout Israel, Gaza, Syria. The Lord's gonna bombard those places, with fire. Right? Ezekiel 39 goes into that they're gonna have to build up the walls of basically, like, they're gonna have to bury the body. Like, their first job. That's why it says that they're gonna seek like continual man of employment, right? And like to bury the bodies, because there's gonna be millions of bodies, and like, they're gonna have to be buried, right? And yeah, it's gonna be a memorial, right? It's believed for 6. I find it after. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even to the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and and the end is manifest. So we're seeing the end of this empire, right? Known as America, known as Babylon, known as Rome, known as Egypt. We're seeing the end of this society, and Second Ezra 6 and 9. Let's get it. Second Ezra 6 and start at 6. Then did I answer these things, and they that were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by me and by none other. Right. So this is why Yahweh Shai, when going to Revelation, it says, I am the Alpha and the Omega. Right. He's the beginning, he's the ending, and he's gonna end this man's society, this kingdom. Right. And he's gonna take all the crowns of these heathen, right? And he's gonna put a crown upon himself, right? And he's gonna rule you heathen with a rod of iron. Psalms 2. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the time, or when shall be the end of the first and beginning of it that follows? So the end of the first is known as Esau and Jacob, right? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, where when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, right? So they're fraternal twins, right? Esau came out first, and then Jacob came out after, right? And this was, his hand took hold on Esau's heel, showing that he's gonna take his whole foundation, right? He's gonna take away the toes when you go into Daniel 7, right? About the toes and the like their toes, their foundation is gonna be broken. They're gonna be broken, man. For Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is beginning with that follow. So we're seeing the end of Esau's world. We're seeing Esau right now. Um, Esau's through. He's through, man. Your society is gone. You have no respect, right? And and Jake is gonna take over. The Israelites, the elect, is gonna take over, man. Right? And this is what they're scared of, man. You know, this is what they're scared of, man. I'll get with Psalms. Ezekiel 39. Because your first duty, right? Sorry, employee. Yeah, your first job is gonna be to bury the bodies, man. Over there in the Fertile Crescent, starting with Israel. Right, their first duty is being Ezekiel 39, 20 and 14. And they shall sever out men of continual employment, passing through the land, burying with the passengers those that remain unto the face of the earth, to cleanse it, and after the end of 7 months shall they search. And the passengers that pass through the land, when any seeth a man's bone, they shall he set up a sign by it till the barriers sorry till the bury till the barriers have buried it in the valley of Hamengog. Right. So what's going on right now around the world? Right. We're approaching. We're in World War Three. We're approaching World War Three, right? And what's going on over there in the land of Israel and Palestine? This is gonna lead to World War Three. That's why Benjamin Netanyahu, the other people in the UN, right, which are work that are under these different countries, they're against him. They're against that guy, and this is gonna lead to World War Three, right? Where Ezekiel 38, where it says that let's get it. Ezekiel 31, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. Right, so the land of Magog and Tubal is known as Russia, right? As known as the Rus people, which means head. And these are Edomites that are dwelling in the land of Russia, because prior that land was the Japhites' lands, but Esau he conquered. Right, so these Edomites are inhabited Russia, And he said, Thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, the O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I'll put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army and horses and horsemen, and all of them clothed with all sorts of armor. Right, so their hooks into their jaws is known as the Soviet Union, right? And basically, the Soviet Union, they went bankrupt, I believe, in the early 1990s, and then they set up the Russian federal the Russian the Russian I guess federation, the Russian Federalization, and basically they because basically during the Cold War they had during the Cold War known that with the Soviet Union, right? They had basically like the Cold War when like President um John F. Kennedy or whatever his name, where basically they were almost about to go to war, Russia and America, but it wasn't that time. But now we're in the time now that the war is getting intense. They have better technology. They have better nuclear and weapons known as IC intercontinental ballistic missiles. They have you know they have all kinds of different ICBMs that are going to be shot, right? But the Lord has the angels holding back the wind, even and all the horsemen and all them clothed with all sorts of armor. Even so, even a great company with the bucklers shall all them handling swords, Persia, Ethiopia, Libya, with them, and all of them that all of them with shield and helmets, right? So these are the countries, right, that is gonna start this whole war. Iran, and basically that's why this whole thing with Israel, they killed a lot of their generals and stuff, right, in Iran, and those Iranians, those Persians are upset, and yeah, and they're gonna go back and forth over there, man, and until there's gonna be nuclear war, right, and that's it. It's gonna be game over, right? Checkmate. No, is the Lord is the Lord is behind it, man. So it's Revelation 7:1. And after these things, I saw four angels stand on the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth, that the winds should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw, right, so the angels, right, the archangels, Michael, Uriel, Raphael, Gabriel, right, archangels that are holding back the winds, right, because the elect, the elect is not sealed. But we believe now that the elect is almost sealed, right, and that's why there's so much destruction happening right now, man, because the elect is almost sealed. And I saw another angel ascended from the earth, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, Hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their forehead. right? And this is what we're approaching. That the elect is almost sealed. You know, we won't be making any videos soon. Because because they're gonna censor the internet. The internet's gonna be monitored. It's already been monitored, right? But basically, you won't be able to upload these videos, right? And yeah, and basically the elect, they did their job, right? So the Lord is gonna shield them. That's why Ezekiel 9, all right, so the Thawa, the Lord's gonna give the Thawa with the exemption from judgment. Ezekiel 9. So Ezekiel 9:1, he cried also in my ears with a loud voice, saying, cause them that have charge over the city to draw near, even every man with his destroying weapon in his hand. So these are the angels. And behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gates, which lie toward the north, or every man a slaughtering weapon in his hand, and one man among them was clothed in linen, with a rider's inkhorn by his side, and they went and stood beside the brazen altar, and the glory of the Lord, and the glory of the power of Israel was gone up from the cherubim. So these are angels. Their vehicles whereupon he saw, and the threshold of the house, and he called to the man clothed in linen, which had the rider's inkhorn by his side. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the forehead of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof. Right. So that mark is known as Tawa, which means exempt from judgment. All right. I'm just gonna show you this off the blue letter. So Tawa, it says Tawa, desire, a mark, a sign exempt from judgment, right? And this is what the elect is hoping to be exempted from death, from judgment, right? And that anything that's going to happen to them, that they're going to be exempt, and these other nations, these Edomites and these 2/3 are going to be destroyed, but the elect is going to be secured in the chariot. And set a mark upon the forehead of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof. And to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have you pity. So these are the angels. The angels are going to come, and they're going to bring destruction. They're going to destroy, right? And they're not going to be, smiling, right? They're gonna be stern, and they're gonna do their job that Yahushua gave them, and they're gonna slaughter and execute judgment, man. The angels, yeah, and slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary. So those who know that they're Israelites, right? Those who know that they're Israelites, but they're that they're pushing a false they're pushing false breakdowns. They're not telling our people to look out for the mark of the beast, which Revelation 13, right, where it talks about the mark of the beast, right? That's where we're approaching it. You see what's happening over there in England with the digital ID, right? And they want to push it they want to push it globally, like Barbados, Jamaica, right, with their whole NIDS, the national identification. They want to be able to monitor everything and link that up with your bank account. Right, it's gonna be their miracles, and basically they want you to be to basically like worship, you know, their system. All right, and that's why these 2/3 they're gonna be put to death. The Lord's gonna, the elect, all right, because the elect is gonna go through the fire. We're approaching that time. Revelation 3:10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will ask you from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon the world to try them that dwell upon earth. So we're approaching that time, and that's why what's going on in America right now, with the government shut down, a lot of jobs, like right now, a lot of things going on in America, martial law, certain parts of certain states. So a lot of things is going on. So we gotta watch as well as pray. But this is just me flowing in the spirit. So with that, let us see our praise due to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Kakwadash, Dobon's Apostle, Great Millstone, peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.